Have you ever had that feeling when you're downhearted, you have no energy, nothing inspires you, nothing makes you happy, and all you want to do is just wallow in a cesspit of misery and despair? And while you felt this way, have you ever been asked, what's wrong? But you couldn't answer because you honestly don't know. You just feel constantly low for no obvious reason. It seems that this unjustifiable state of gloom and melancholy can be a problem for many of us. But what causes it? And more importantly, what can we do to break out of this cycle? Welcome to Wreck To Rockstar.
When you fall, when you bleed, remember life's a pendulum. When you're lost and you feel, don't lose your faith in the dark of the night.
Good morning. I feel a great deal of empathy for those who feel constantly down. I know how that feels, and to add to the despair, you have no idea why you even feel that way, and so you have no clue as to what to do to make yourself feel better. And then even if you did, you've got no motivation to even try to feel better. Now, left unchecked, this feeling can go on for a long time. So why do we find ourselves in this state? How does it happen? There can be a variety of contributors, including not really knowing what you want from your life, the absence of goals and ambitions, a poor diet filled with fat and sugar, not enough exercise, or a past trauma that hasn't been fully processed yet. However, a major cause of these subconscious feelings is down to exactly that. The subconscious. It's your fault. Don't smile, it's your fault. Say sorry to them.
Sorry.
It's exposing your subconscious mind to unchecked negativity that starts the problem. And this negativity can come from inside or outside. The subconscious makes up about 90% of your mind and has a major influence over how you feel, how you act, and how you respond to the world. Another feature of the subconscious is it believes everything it gets from your conscious mind and makes changes within you to match this input or programming. Now, here's an example of the subconscious at work. Have you ever done this? You're in the company of someone who's poured a drink right up to the brim, and they're trying really hard not to spill it. And then your mischievous side comes out and you start saying, you're gonna spill it, you're gonna spill it, you're gonna spill it. Then what happens? They spill it. Now, this is because you've managed to make them think to themselves, I'm gonna spill this. And then that has gone straight to their subconscious mind, who has then said to itself, oh, so you want to spill it? That's the power of the subconscious. Now, to make things even more challenging, all of us have experienced that voice in your head. The voice of doom that appears when things go wrong, that nagging doubt and whisperer of negativity, otherwise known as your internal bully. Have you ever caught yourself thinking, I'll fail, I'm useless, I'm not good enough, it's all hopeless? Meet your internal bully. Hello. This guy is always ready to tell you how pathetic and disappointing you are, how you'll never achieve your goal, and will seek to bury you under a barrage of negative thoughts and hateful messages to crush your spirit and discourage you. Thanks. Your internal bully often appears front and centre like an evil cheerleader to paint the bleakest of outlooks for you. Now, there are a couple of problems with this. The first being that the negative chatter such as "you'll fail" is heard by your subconscious, who believes that it is actually your instruction or your requirement, and so goes about creating failure and will make you expect failure. Nightmare. So this means if your bully says, "I'm useless," your subconscious will make you feel you have nothing to offer because you're useless. If your bully says, "It's all hopeless," your subconscious will take away any motivation because, as far as it's concerned, what would be the point in even trying? The second problem is, once your internal bully starts spewing negativity at you, it begins to break your spirit, as your subconscious believes more and more of its venomous bile. And this is where you begin to feel down and become subconsciously convinced that you're useless, you'll fail, it's all hopeless. Without you even realizing, your internal bully whispers criticism and discouragement around the clock, morning, noon and night. And because you've become so accustomed to its commentary, you no longer even notice this happening. And so it goes on and on and on, creating that feeling of despair without you really knowing what's caused it. It's bad, isn't it? In some respects, you could even say you're actually bullying yourself. So what say we put on some armour, pick up a bat and fight back. We saw earlier how the subconscious mind can be programmed through words and visions from your conscious. So let's replace this negativity with some positivity. Use positive words. For example, phrases such as,
"I can do it. I will succeed. I've got this."
Now, these statements are called affirmations, and their positive influence works in direct opposition to the negativity from your internal bully. You can design your own affirmations, a phrase that speaks to you personally. Just a few positive words in the present tense that you can repeat every day. Here are some examples. I love myself and allow others to love me too. I choose to be confident and persistent. I believe in myself and my ability to succeed. Repeat these phrases to yourself several times on a daily basis, and your subconscious will ultimately accept these as your instruction and will set about working for you instead of against you, and make your feelings and outlook match your affirmations. Way! I have created a previous video about affirmations and the link will be below. Check it out. Now let's turn our attention to the negative self-talk rattling around in our mind. This is an ongoing exercise, as such thoughts will not appear all at once. Instead, they will steadily be fed into your mind like a dripping tap. Become aware each time this happens. Listen for it. Catch your internal bully red-handed and write down each of their statements over a series of days. You'll fail. Write it down. You're useless. Write it down. All this is hopeless. Write it down. By actively recording the full horror of the negative thoughts that have been poisoning you. This is in itself a helpful exercise, because by dragging these harmful statements out of the shadows and putting them under the spotlight, they suddenly appear less fearsome, and the power they have over you weakens. This can be a revealing but also a very sad process, as you begin to see the growing list of spiteful, hurtful comments your internal bully has been incessantly whispering to you. And worse, your bully has persuaded your subconscious that these statements are true, which then makes you feel and behave accordingly. That's where we get this feeling of being down and low. After a few days, have a look at the list of negative comments you've accumulated. Take each phrase one by one and analyse it. Is it really, literally true? And I mean honestly. It won't be. Certainly not in its entirety. Now take your time and systematically use every fact you can think of to discredit each statement. Be smug, argue, relish proving your internal bully wrong. Enjoy yourself, you're fighting back. And better still, you're coming from a robust position of truth and fact. It's not just negative words that your internal bully uses to drag you down. It can also be negative images. Now these tend to be high definition show reels of past failures or detailed predictions regarding forthcoming disaster, all played on continuous repeat like an old TV rerun. Your subconscious believes these images too. It watches all of them with a bowl of popcorn and thinks this is the way you want things to be. In fact, imagery is even more influential than words. Therefore, it is vital to adjust these miniature disaster movies to visions of happiness, success, and accomplishment. These images can be real memories of joy and previous achievement, or a clear imagining of how you want your future to turn out. Then play these positive show reels over and over as often as possible. In particular, use them to drown out any unhelpful thoughts. When reprogramming your subconscious mind with positivity, it is vital to do this at least daily and for a minimum of 3 weeks. In my view, people who say they tried it but it didn't work, didn't do it frequently enough or for long enough. Sadly, work is required. So make a commitment to yourself to make the required effort to feel better. You could even make it one of your goals, like I did. Because we don't live in a Disney film, it's a sad fact that the world can be a miserable place, with negativity coming at you from every turn. If you let your guard down, this external negativity can have the same impact on your subconscious as your internal bully does. So keep your wits about you and learn to spot when you're under attack. Sadly, there are those in the world who are always negative, scathing, discouraging, sarcastic, and generally the perfect antidote to motivation. These are the "why do you bother, you'll only fail" society. Such people tend to be destructively critical, regularly to the point of being insensitive and hurtful, which they defend with statements such as, "I'm just being honest." No. Keep yourself aware of the negativity coming at you from these people, as it will set you back if you let their words get through your armour and into your subconscious. Ideally, these people are best avoided, as the more you spend time with them, the more negativity is likely to come your way and erode your positivity. You may find that these kind of negative people form part of your group of associates. They may be friends or colleagues or even family. These situations make it more difficult to avoid these negative people, but it's worth thinking about what changes you can make to minimize your exposure to them. Put your own well-being first. And if you do find yourself on the receiving end of a negativity attack, you can use humor to dispel it, or positive affirmations and images to drown it out in your mind. It's a similar situation with social media. Now, social media has its place in the world. It can be great for posting pictures of kittens, keeping in touch with friends and family, or marketing your YouTube channel. But it can also be a cesspit of hate, venom and bile, with non-stop bickering, aggression and fighting. Now, reading this negativity or watching videos of it has a deep impact on your subconscious. So my advice is to always keep your guard up and be careful not to let yourself be dragged into nonsensical arguing, pointless heated debates, or be bullied by random strangers. Also consider having periods of time away from social media to allow yourself to detox and top up your positivity levels with uplifting affirmations and visualization. And it doesn't end there. We are all exposed to the world media, which seeks to keep us glued to the TV screen with tales of disaster and horror. The media loves nothing more than to declare we're all doomed and all hope is lost. A good example is the media handling of the COVID situation. Be aware of this deliberate negativity, tune into it, and when you can see this happening and feel it getting you down, consider taking a break, walk away, focus on rebuilding your positivity. You have the power to turn off the TV. Feeling low, feeling down and feeling lousy may also be indications that you need to make a change of some kind. These are warning signs that something is not right, and they are the body's way of raising the alarm to alert you of a problem. These signs include bad emotions such as anger, emptiness, frustration, resentment, loneliness, doubt, and insecurity. Experiencing any of these is generally not pleasant, but they're there as a sign that a change is needed. You're on the wrong path. You're headed in the wrong direction. There's unexpected danger ahead. This is going nowhere. Change course. Find a different path. Most of us have experienced these bad emotions before and have probably even acted on them at some point. For example, have you ever left a job because it just wasn't the right fit? Or ended a relationship because it just didn't feel right? Your mind and body are very perceptive and will do their best to let you know if something's not in your best interests. We humans are not designed to feel bad for no reason. Therefore, if you do feel anger, emptiness, frustration, resentment, loneliness, doubt, or insecurity, it shouldn't be dismissed as just one of those things. These alerts all show that you have an inner need which is not being met. The trick is to recognize that something isn't happening, something is missing, or your current circumstances are leaving you unfulfilled in some way. Take the time to discover what course correction is needed to stop feeling these bad emotions, and when you get it right, these bodily warnings will end. Again, I did create a video on this topic, which I'll put a link below. Check it out. Overall, the secret to escaping those feelings of misery and despair starts with your subconscious mind, which has a huge impact on the way you feel and behave. Remember, your subconscious is part of you, and it works for you. You can control it. You just have to program it with positivity. I have created a number of other videos that are relevant to this topic, and I've added their links in the description below. I really do suggest that you give them a watch, as they will help you on your journey out of despair and towards happiness. As always, I hope you found this video useful. Thank you for watching, and until next time, keep smiling and look after yourself.
I won't waste my life away, never close my eyes, living like it's my last day, never close my eyes. I won't waste my life.
So what? Wait. However, a major cause of these Now, there are a couple of problems with this. The first being that I haven't got the subconscious. It's very confusing. I hope you appreciate all the work that goes into these things. I don't care, do you? Crikey. Punch and Judy's got nothing on me, has it? Behave yourself in that camera. Honestly. Instead, they'll be steadily drip-fed. Oh, they won't be. This is you. Distracting me. I used to have a proper job once. It is vital to do this for at